Imagine a world without cancer.
What if everyone had access to care?
What if no one had to fight cancer alone?
What if we applied what we know across the world?
What if everyone knew how to prevent this disease?
Thank you so very much for traveling so far to be with us for the premier LiveStrong Global Cancer Summit.
My name is Poonam Bagai, and I come from India.
And I'm from Australia.
I come from Nigeria.
I come from the United States.
I come from Sri Lanka.
I'm a 9-year colon cancer survivor.
We all know the human burden of cancer, and we know that today 1 in 3 individuals will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime.
Cancer touches everybody in a lot of different ways. It's a multi-faced disease, and in all of our communities, it'll look and feel different.
When I got started, the truth was cancer was more of a mystery. This summit is critical because we can now seriously look people in the eye and say, we have knowledge to bring this disease under control as a major public health problem if we do the right things.
It's really important that the wealthier countries help the poorer, that the regions in our countries which have better cancer care help the areas which haven't such good cancer care. We're all in this together.
Collaboration is the key. If we work together, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to.
It's an opportunity to set some goals in terms of some of the things that we have to commit to in the years ahead.
There's always a lot of talk. There's a lot of meetings, there's a lot of conferences, and the reason this is different is that the individuals here have already made commitments and are implementing those commitments now.
Everybody have different needs, and whatever it applies to the United States, it might not apply to Africa. So we need to have a global cancer plan that deals with all these issues in the developing compared to the developed world.
There is very little that can be achieved if we do not strengthen partnerships at the national level. It is absolutely important that we monitor what countries are doing to address the cancer problem.
I mean, obviously the countries have to share the burden, but also the WHO is involved, the World Bank, UN.
The value of a meeting like this is to demonstrate to people how successful this has been done in some countries so that people learn from shared experience.
After I survived, I felt that God had told me, you survived not only for your own children, but for thousands of others.
I want the next generation to never have to face the brutality, fear and uncertainty that I suffered throughout the course of my treatment.
I signed the World Cancer Declaration because being misdiagnosed and misinformed about cancer is very, very common in Africa.
You know, some people will tell you that cancer is witchcraft. You'll be amazed. The things you hear. If we can prevent, that's good. But if we can screen and detect it early, then we have a head start.
We're here to share information, but more importantly, to share responsibility. In order to do that, we all have to go home to our communities and take the next step.
I think what will make this summit a success is that people will start working together in ways that they haven't heretofore. Once they do that, we know from experience that they get results.
It really synergizes people, pulls people together, and then there's the energy and you go back completely enthused and wanting to do 100 different things because you now can see that it's possible.
This is a very difficult challenge, but this room can do it. Your friends and your family and your community and your countries and your continents can do it. We believe in that, you believe in that, we just have to go and do it.
We know how to control cancer. Many things about cancer we know, but knowledge can only take us so far. For me, what's the next step is needed is imagination. Anything is possible. We only need to imagine it and create it.
When people leave here, we know that change will be affected. We know that lives will be affected. We know that lives will be saved because of the programs that are created and dreamed up here.
I'm walking out of here having made connections with people all over the world. There's this incredible information exchange. Let's see what we can learn from each other. Let's see what we can teach each other. I would challenge everybody who's attended this summit to make sure you take one idea from this meeting, to take one connection that you've made with someone. If 500 of us walk out of this summit and do that, by the next time we are all together, I think we'll see some important change.